it's me, Kelly. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are going to pick some books for my March TBR. Now today I am going back to my roots and I'm using a trusty little dandy wheel. Now the wheel does have a little twist. Instead of prompts, we're having emojis that go with the month of March, okay? I picked these emojis out. I think they go hand in hand with March. And I said each emoji represents a different prompt, which I have on this sticky note. So I'm very organized, okay? So for example, I have a 4-leaf clover for St. Patrick's Day, and that means if I land on that, I have to pick something out of my comfort zone to read, or an author I don't typically read. So that's that, okay? So we have pictures instead of words on the wheel. The pictures represent different TBR prompts. I feel like I'm over explaining. It's a pretty simple concept, so that's how I'm picking my March TBR. For the month of March, I'm going to pick 6 books. I am going to be more lenient about the books on my shelves and the books that I don't own. I'm gonna be using my library a little bit more. I have not been to my local library in a while, so I feel like I should put that into good use this month, because I don't know, there's something, I have lots of books I can read, but there's something about like going and getting a book from the library. It's just like so fun. So we gotta keep that in mind. If I don't have a book or see a book that I really want to read, maybe check the library, or like find a book that I really want to read and then see if it's at a library or on Libby or something like that. So we're gonna do 6 spins, and I'm super excited because we're opening the door to new possibilities when we say you don't have to pick just on your shelves. So let's go ahead and get into our first spin. Alright, so here's the wheel. Here's what I'm talking about. We have many different emojis. We have doubles, obviously, because I wanted to fill the space. And that means that I could spend something twice, okay? So I could pick 2 snowflake books, or 2 flower books, or 3 basketball books. Which I should probably tell you what each of these pictures mean before we get into our spin. Okay, so starting at the top, we have flower. That is going to be new releases. So I'm gonna pick anything from 2026 to 2024, because 2024 feels like it was last year. Okay, and it's 2026 is fresh, okay? It's pretty new, and I feel like a lot of good books came out in 2024 that I would love to read. Next we have the crystal ball, or the like purple fortune teller ball thing, crystal ball. I was thinking more like luck, fortune, I don't know. Lucky pick. This one is a little difficult to understand if I don't explain it correctly, but I'm gonna pick 2 books that are similar in length, and I'm going to pick a random page number. So for example, if I pick 2 thick books, maybe I say 522, and whatever book is closer to the number I say is the book I read. So hopefully that makes sense. Who knows if I get that, but if I do, that's how that one will work. Snowflake. I'm gonna go with winter vibes, or just like a cold, dark, atmospheric, maybe even like a mystery, like dark as in like the vibes of the book, or just winter vibes, I don't know. That's what I thought. Snowflake also for March because it still snows here in Minnesota. Cereal, I was thinking Lucky Charms because obviously St. Patrick's Day. I was thinking like a favorite author or a comfort read. Something, maybe even a reread. That might be fun. 4-leaf clover, that's something out of my comfort zone, something rare, like maybe it's a diamond in the dust type deal, like a 4-leaf clover and a bunch of 3-leaf clover things. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, money bag, popular, hyped, or book talk book that I have or would love to read. Rainbow is a multicolored cover, or just a very colorful cover book, okay? And then last but not least, we have a basketball because March Madness, and that's a wild card or wild choice. Like I get to pick whatever I want to read. So those are the options I have. We're now gonna spin to see what books I'm gonna put on my TBR. Starting with spin number 1. Ooh, okay. We got a hyped or book talk book, which I have plenty of to choose from. So let me take a look at which one I want to read this month. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go with Twisted Love. This is book number 1 in the Twisted series. I have Twisted Love and I have Twisted Games. So I have book 1 and 2. I would love to read this because I have 2 books in the series and maybe I might like it, I might not, I don't know. I really know nothing about this series. All I know is it is a popular series by Anna Huang. I don't know anything else. Oh, it's a series of interconnected standalones, so I don't have to read them in order. Interesting. Did not know that, but I'm going to. He has a heart of ice, but for her, he'd burn the world. Okay. Is this like a Grumpy Sunshine? I don't know. I literally know nothing of this. Even though it's been so popular, and it was like popular, what, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago? You know, it like blew up on Book Talk. 2021, it came out. So yeah, probably around then. Anyways, if you don't know what it's about, it says Alex Volkov is a devil blessed with the face of an angel and cursed with a past he can't escape. Driven by a tragedy that still has haunted him for most of his life, his ruthless pursuits for success and vengeance leave little room for matter of the heart. But what... I can't read. Wow. But when he's forced to look after his best friend's sister, he starts to feel something in his chest, a crack, a melt, a fire that could end this world as he knew it. Ava Chen is a free spirit trapped by nightmares of a childhood she can't remember. But despite her broken past, she's never stopped seeing the beauty in the world, including the heart beneath the icy exterior of a man she shouldn't want, her brother's best friend, her neighbor, her savior, her downfall. Okay. Is a love that was never supposed to happen, but when it does, it unleashes the secrets that could destroy them both and everything they hold dear. Interesting. Okay, so brother's best friend. Interesting. Her brother's best friend. Okay. Is it like Sunshine? Gloomy Sunshine or whatever I just said, Grumpy Sunshine? Because that's what it sounds like. Is this the one where he sings? Or is that a different one in the series? I know that's a thing. I'm not sure. This is the first book I'm gonna put. Am I gonna like it? I don't know. But we're gonna put it on. So first book, Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Let's go ahead and spin for number 2. Oh my gosh, I thought it was gonna be another money bag, but we have the 4-Leaf Clover, which is a book outside of my comfort zone, which I feel like not a lot of books are outside my comfort zone anymore, but I mean there might be some. So let's take a look at what we have. Alright, I picked 2 books. And the first book is The Selection by Kara Cass. I actually have the whole series. I thrifted it because I was like, wow, a whole series, I'll get it. But I never want to pick it up because it seems very Regency type based because of like this looks like a princess and all that. I really have no idea what this is about. It says, for 35 girls, the selection is the chance of a lifetime. The opportunity to be swept up in a world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels. To live in a palace and compete for the heart of gorgeous Prince Maxon. But for American Singer, being selected is a nightmare. It means turning her back on her secret love with Aspen, who is a caste below her, and leaving her home to enter a fierce competition for a crown she doesn't want. Then America meets Prince Maxon. Gradually, she becomes to realize that the life she's always dreamed of may not compare to a future she never imagined. Wait, so it's not like Regency. What is this? Like, what would you call this? Like, 16-year-old America Singer. That's her name. Is living in a caste-divided nation of Ilya. Not Ilya. Sorry, Powerless. which formed after the war that destroyed the United States. America has chosen to compete in the selection. The contest to see which girl can win the heart of the prince, but all she really wants is a chance for a future with her secret love, Aspen, who is a caste below her. Okay, so we got like a caste system of like kind of like Hunger Games. We got like the rich and the poor, and then I think maybe even dystopian, because it's like a future after the United States is gone. So maybe like, because I'm not that big into like dystopian, I don't know, maybe. The other thing I picked up was last night at the Telegraph Club. I literally picked this up because it has so many awards, and I thrifted this, and it says Lily who can't remember exactly when the question took root, but the answer was clear the moment she saw Kath Miller walk under the neon sign of a lesbian bar called the Telegraph Club. America in 1954 is not a safe place for two girls to fall in love. Red Scare paranoia threatens everyone, including Chinese Americans like Lily. With deportation looming over her father, Lily and Kath risk everything for love. This seems very interesting, especially with current events. And I don't think I'd pick this up any other time. So I definitely think I'm going to pick this. It looks like, is this like a true story? Or like a historical fiction? It has so much praise for it. I'm not sure. But like, I can't open this page. Oh, it is a historical fiction. Interesting. Okay. I do love some historical fiction, but I also want to expand my reading taste to some LGBTQ plus type books, and I think this would be a great way to get into it. So, okay, I'm like looking at the back of the author's note, which I shouldn't, but she has like pictures of stuff from like the 1950s. In Chinatown and like these women. Okay, I think this is what I'm gonna pick because this seems really interesting to pick. Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. So that is going to be book number 2 for my March TBR. Sorry, the selection. I literally just, as soon as I started looking at that, I was like, oh, that's what I want to read. So hopefully someday. Okay, we are on spin number 3. So let's go ahead and see what we are gonna get. I have my sticky note. And we are landing on a basketball, which is a wild choice. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually open up my Fable app, and I'm actually gonna pick the Discover What to Read Next, the mood quiz. And I'm just gonna read you guys the questions. So it's gonna take a look at my want to read list and pick the perfect book for me. So ooh, what genre sounds good right now? Love a romance, love a fantasy, maybe even contemporary romance, and maybe like a short story. What mood are you in for? Adventurous, challenging, dark, educational, feel good, funny, inspirational, meditative, moving, mystery, suspenseful, thought-provoking, maybe more not educational, adventurous, maybe a little funny, and feel good. Slow, medium, or fast pace? I love a fast paced read. Anything you'd like to avoid? I don't want to read about animal abuse right now or self-harm or any of that. Okay, I just picked a couple things I did not want to read. Okay, now it's finding a book. So let's see what it picks. We have The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. The Love Hypothesis. The Lightning Thief. We have some good picks over here. Okay. I think I'm gonna put The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. I think that'd be a great choice. I will say I don't own that book, so I could go and get it at Half Price Books or check my local library to see if they have it. But Percy Jackson I do own. I think I am gonna stick with The Love Hypothesis for my free choice basically. So I just have to make sure I check my local library because I would love to check it out there and then purchase it to add to the shelf before I buy it. I mean, I probably will love it because I've loved everything I've read by Ali Hazelwood. So yeah, that was fun. Okay, thanks. I am gonna choose that for my want to read. Great choice. Thanks, Fable. The Fable app comes in clutch when you're trying to figure out what to read next. Oh, and it saves it for me. How nice. Okay, and to its own little list. Very nice. Okay, so that is book number 3, The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. All right, we are on spin number 4, and I realize sometimes the wheel's not spinning, so hopefully this next wheel actually spins if I hit the spin button. I don't know if it's like a recording thing on here, but hopefully this works. Another popular book talk book, which is kind of funny because The Love Hypothesis is a popular hyped book talk book, but we're gonna keep it going, I guess. And I think for my book number 4 for popular hyped book talk type book, I think I'm gonna put The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I had another Taylor Jenkins Reid. It was One True Love on my TBR for a little bit, but I never got to it. But I know this is a very popular book by her. Now I have a couple of her books, so I have not read her, so I have to read this. I feel like this is like what made her a very popular author. So I know nothing of this again, but I know people really enjoy. So this is gonna be my pick number 4, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. All right, we have 2 more spins to go. Let's go ahead and spin and see what is next on the wheel, and hopefully it lands on something new, which it did. It is a flower, so that is going to be a new release. And for my new releases, I'm thinking anything from 2024 to now. So hopefully I have something. I really want to read this before book number 3 comes out, which I'm pretty sure is in March. And I just want to be caught up, and I feel like I have to. And this has been on my TBR a couple times. It is Throne of Secrets by Carrie Maniscalco. This probably could go with a lot of different prompts off the wheel, but I'm gonna put it on now since we are down to our last spin after this. So I really want to read this. It is a thicker book, that's why I haven't been able to pick it up, but I want to read it before the next book comes out, just so I am caught up and ready to go. But this is part of the Princes of Sin series that she has, which is a spin-off series from Kingdom of the Wicked. So this is like her adult fantasy books. This is book 2. This one is about Prince Gluttony. I think the first one was Envy, Throne of the Fallen. This one is Gluttony. And the next one is Sloth. So I'm excited for that book to come out. So I have to read this. So this is book number, what am I, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Book 5 on my March TBR. All right, we are down to the last and final pick for March. Now hopefully we get something good. We'll see. I'm gonna just spin and not look because it scares me, but you're seeing it right now. So what did I land on? Okay. I landed on the 4-leaf clover, which means that I need to read something out of my comfort zone again, which is hard because I just put something out of my comfort zone there. So I mean, I could throw the selection on there, so that means the selection could be thrown back on there, but I don't really know if I want to. I think for my out of my comfort zone, I think I'm gonna put My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and LG Shen. Now I, for some reason, really wanted this book back in like 2022, I don't know, 23, something like that, because I read Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington and I loved that book. Okay, that was like one of my first 5 stars coming back into reading, and for some reason this book I really needed. I'm gonna say it's out of my comfort zone now because I don't think I'd ever pick up. Is this like a dark romance? I think it's dark romance type deal, and I don't think I pick up a lot of dark romance anymore, so that's why I think it'd be out of my comfort zone. But it's a really pretty book. Like, look at the little, what are these called, cherubs? I think it's a dark romance. I don't know. I don't read a lot of dark romance anymore. I do have some dark romance on my shelf, but I have to read it, so I'm gonna put this down, and I would love to read this. Some Romeos deserve to die. It was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball, a clandestine moment with a handsome stranger, but unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven by love. He's fueled by revenge. To him, I'm a chess piece, leverage, his rival's betrothed. To me, he is a man deserving of poison, a dark prince I refuse to marry. He thinks I'll accept my fate, while I plan to rewrite it. And in my story, Juliet doesn't die, but Romeo, he perishes. Interesting. Yeah. Out of my comfort zone. I don't read a lot of dark romance anymore, or like not at all a lot. I don't really read it, so I think putting this on my TBR kind of puts me back into that. So let's put it on my TBR. Let's do it. This is my last and final pick, My Dark Romeo by LJ Shen and Parker S. Huntington. Let's go ahead and recap the 6 books that I placed on my March TBR. The first book is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Book number 2 is Last Night in the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. Book number 3 is The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. Book number 4 is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Book number 5 is Throne of Secrets by Carrie Maniscalco. And last but not least, we have My Dark Romeo by LJ Shen and Parker S. Huntington. Here is the stack for the month. Again, lots of blues for March. You would think lots of greens, but no, still lots of blues for some reason. I'm super excited to finally read Throne of Secrets. I'm hoping to get to that. I'm also very excited to read some Taylor Jenkins Reid, as she is a new author for me, as well as Anna Huang. I know she is a very popular author as well, and love to get into her, just, what is it called, her collection of works. So super excited for these books this month. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe. I post videos once a week, whether it's bookish content like this, lifestyle vlogs, kind of whatever I'm in the mood for. So if you like what you're seeing, you should go ahead and subscribe. That's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye!